This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Latoya Burrows. Coming up in the news, World Church Youth Director visits, youth led to accept God's salvation, and Bethany holds Health Expo. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. Welcome to your Adventist News. I'm Latoya Burrows. Thanks for joining us for this week's broadcast. Pastor Gary Blanchard, Youth Director for the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, is in our nation's capital. And on Wednesday of this week, the leaders of the Adventist Church in the Atlantic Caribbean Union, along with officials from the South Bahamas Conference, made a courtesy call on the Governor General of the Bahamas. Her Excellency Dame Marguerite Pinling welcomed the entourage. Pastors Kent Price, Youth Director of the Atlantic Caribbean Union, Pastor Paul Scavala, President of the South Bahamas Conference, and Larry Green, Youth Director for the South Bahamas Conference, were among those in attendance. The group was allowed the opportunity to greet Her Excellency as she spoke of the importance of the church and the impact of the Seventh-day Adventist Church on our nation's youth. Speaking particularly about young men in the Bahamas, the Governor General noted that the church must continue to extend a helping hand to them, and in turn, this will change the nation for the better. She also lauded the church for the success of the recent Freedom Clinic initiative held a few weeks ago, which served over 700 individuals in the community with free medical, optical, and dental procedures. Before the visit ended, Dame Marguerite graciously received gifts which were presented by representatives of our church's Pathfinder organization. Y10 Rebirth, the youth evangelistic campaign for the South Bahamas Conference, continues at the Maranatha Adventist Church on Prince Charles Drive until August 25th. The meeting started with youth speaker Michael Tu Jr. and then Pastor Andre Campbell, pastor of the Elam Seventh-day Adventist Church in Florida, who stirred things up. Pastor Gary Blanchard, Youth Director of the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, continues the rebirth experience. In one of his earlier presentations, Pastor Blanchard spoke about the way to receive salvation.
This is the truth, God's Word, amen? You don't have to be afraid of end-time events and the confusion that's out there if you're in His Word, amen? It makes it so clear to me. By the way, if there's many paths to God, then why the cross? See, really, Satan's agenda is to slander the cross. Because if there's many paths to God, then the cross was unnecessary. And when Jesus was on the ground in the Garden of Gethsemane, sweating blood, and he said, my God, if there's any other way, he said, look, if there's another religion, if there's another way to heaven, then just let me know. And guess what? Silence. Takes the cross and he goes and he dies. You know why? Because he's the only way, and his blood is the only way to pay the price. Jesus. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to put anybody else down. By the way, Jesus says the gospel is for every nation, kindred, tongue, and people. Right? Muslims need to hear this message. Buddhists need to hear this message. Catholics need to hear this message. Baptists need to hear the message. And many Adventists need to hear this message.
The annual Health Expo for the Bethany Adventist Church was held recently at the Cable Beach Shopping Center. Blood and PSA prostate screenings, basic dental checks, and oral hygiene tips were given along with foot detox services. Shoppers and passers-by were treated to healthy snacks and music from the Seventh-day Adventist Pathfinder Marching Band. The activities were well received, and the congregation is looking forward to other opportunities to expose their community to a healthier lifestyle. Please stay with me. We'll have more upcoming events in the South Bahamas Conference after this short break.
Attention all listeners to Word SBC 88.3 FM. Our station has been off air since last Friday, August 17th. We regret the inconvenience. However, we are seeking to be back on air very shortly, with the assistance of a local radio station who will be lending us a transmitter for a short period, and while we seek to purchase a new radio transmitter. Thank you so much for your patience and continue to enjoy our station right now on iTunes. Thank you.
Welcome back. I'm Latoya Burrows, and thanks for joining us for your Adventist News. A joint prayer meeting will be held on August 29th, beginning at 7:15 p.m. at the Centerville Seventh-day Adventist Church on 5th Terrace, Collins Avenue. The service is being held for all children and young adults preparing for the new school term, ages preschool to university. At the service of commitment, prayers and useful tips will be offered to assist individuals in connecting with God daily, to seek His guidance for their life's vocation, and to empower them to resist the forces of evil that may threaten their very existence. This is a joint venture between the Women's Ministries, Prayer Ministries, and Children and Adolescents Ministries of our conference, so all are encouraged to attend. And the South Bahamas Conference Women's Ministries Department is also inviting all genders and all ages to be a part of the End It Now Coalition to bring awareness to social, physical, emotional, and spiritual abuse. Join the Centerville Adventist Church at their free End It Now Forum hosted at the church in 5th Terrace, Centerville at 6 p.m. on September 1st. Interpersonal violence impacts everyone. You or a loved one might be living in an emotionally abusive situation. At this forum, professionals will provide information on what to do in these difficult circumstances. At this session, you can feel free to ask your questions and add your wisdom to the discussion. For more information on these events and more, visit the conference's website at www.southbahamasconference.org, see the weekly logos, or call our headquarters at 242-341-4021.
Arthritis is present where there is painful inflammation and stiffness in the joints. Arthritis can be present in one or in multiple joints. Arthritis is commonly seen in adults 65 and older, but it is not only limited to older adults. It can be also seen in younger adults, teens, and even children. The strenuous use of joints on a daily basis can induce arthritis. Textile workers can get arthritis in their shoulders. Dancers are more likely to have arthritis in the ankles and hips, and a musician may even have arthritis in their fingers. Women are said to more likely get arthritis than men, and overweight persons are also at a higher risk. In the middle of joints, cartilage is found. It is a flexible connective tissue found in the joints, and its job is to allow flexibility and absorb pressure and shock. According to Healthline.com, there are numerous types of arthritis, but the two most common types are osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Osteoarthritis is the wear and tear of the cartilage found in between joints. Rheumatoid arthritis is the attack of the immune system on the tissues of the body. The symptoms include joint pain, joint stiffness, along with swelling and redness. Arthritis can be soothed by using cool packs or heating pads, and other persons use devices such as walkers or canes to relieve pressure of their joints. If you or someone you love is living with joint pain and stiffness, don't delay getting a diagnosis. With the right treatment plan in place, most forms of arthritis can be managed effectively. This has been Kyle Moss with your health tips, courtesy of Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
We go to the Adventist News Network for our news feature from around the world.
The Seventh-day Adventist Church in India is requesting prayer for the state of Kerala after experiencing unprecedented rain during monsoon season and the collapse of more than 80 dams. More than 1 million people have been impacted by the floods in the region. It's being reported that nearly 400 people have lost their lives. Roads and buildings are submerged in water, trees have been uprooted, houses damaged, and transportation in the region has come to a standstill. The airport has also been closed until further notice. Communication lines have been cut and there's unprecedented loss of property. 80% of the state of Kerala is without power. Many people are homeless and in desperate need of food, shelter, and medical assistance. Authorities are seeking rescue boats and relief supplies. Many Adventist church members and churches have also been badly affected by the floods. A team from the Adventist Development and Relief Agency in Canada has launched an emergency response in Kerala. We'll be back in the coming weeks to update you as more information is released.
This has been our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. We're glad you were able to join us. Please continue to share your news stories or upcoming events by emailing them to us at sbcadventistnews@gmail.com, or feel free to call our media department at 242-341-4021. For a rebroadcast of the Adventist news, please visit the conference's website at www.southbahamasconference.org or on our South Bahamas Conference Facebook page. On behalf of our production team of Adventist Television Channel 658, thanks for watching. I'm Latoya Burrows. Have a happy Sabbath.